Hello everyone, today I'll take you on a tour of this 2023 Cadillac Lyriq and show you why it's one of the best electric SUVs on the market. Cadillac has absolutely hit it out of the park with the new Lyriq and it is truly amazing, and I can't wait to show you all the features that it offers. Thank you to Cadillac of Bellevue for providing me with this 2023 Cadillac Lyriq as well as their excellent customer service. They have all the latest Cadillac models on stock, as you can see, all the latest models available over there, as well as inside the showroom, as you can see. And if you're in the market for a new Cadillac vehicle, I highly recommend you check out Cadillac of Bellevue. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with this infotainment system in the middle here. And as you can see, Cadillac has done this amazing screen. It is massive. It is a 30-inch plus widescreen. As you can see, it goes all the way from that left edge. As you can see, if I go all the way over here, that big panel that you see, that is one screen. It is a massive glass piece, and it is truly, truly amazing. And I've played around with it for a little bit of time, and it is some of the best technology in the business. So let's go ahead and start off with this infotainment system here. This part is the touchscreen part of the screen, and it has all the features that you would expect from a modern infotainment system. So you can see over here, this is actually Cadillac's Google-based infotainment system. Cadillac has been switching to this widescreen layout in all their new models, the XT4, the CT5, and of course the Lyriq was the one that started it. So as you can see here, it is a touchscreen. You can see I can move around and it's very responsive to the touch, and I can tap on various different things. And again, you can see the Google stuff in here. Google Maps is over there, Google Assistant, the Google Play Store, etc. And you see if I tap, for example, on Google Maps, that'll instantly take me to Google Maps. And if I subscribe to this connected service data plan, I can be using Google Maps in my vehicle. And again, it takes up the whole screen. It's massive and it looks really good. If I go back home, you can see that'll take me to the rest of this infotainment system. And before I go ahead and talk about the features, I just want to highlight Cadillac also gives you a separate option to control the screen. So you don't have to just use the touchscreen. You could also use this dial to control the screen. You could say I can push it up and then control it that way. So a very, very nice system that allows multiple ways to control it. And so let's go ahead and go through the different features of the infotainment system one by one. So let's go ahead and start off with this audio screen. And you can see if I press down on audio, I can pick an audio source. So I can have AM, FM radio, Sirius XM radio. I can pick Bluetooth. I also have Google News. You can see if I tap Google News, that'll take me to Google News. And this will probably only load if I have a data plan again. But this will take me to Google News so that I can look at the news live, which is kind of cool, interesting. That goes in the media page. If I go back, oops, let's go ahead and hit that. There we go. And you can see we also have USB input, and there are many USB ports in this vehicle. You can use that, and you also have Google Podcasts built in. So if you just want to listen to a podcast, you have that option as well. So that's the media page in the system. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit of a quick clip, but the other thing I want to highlight here is the phone. So you can obviously use Bluetooth to connect your phone to this vehicle, and it has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as you can see over there. That's CarPlay and Android Auto. I just don't have it connected right now. And as you can see here, if I tap the phone icon, that'll just allow me to use Bluetooth so that I can make a call or listen to music. And that is for all those settings. Here we have Google Assistant. So if I tap Google Assistant,
to do that, you'll need a data plan from your vehicle manufacturer.
You can see Google Assistant is starting to say stuff, and basically this is Google's voice system. So you can say things like, okay Google.
To do that, you'll need a data plan from your vehicle manufacturer.
Let me wait for that to finish. And as you can see, Google will show up.
You'll need a data plan from your vehicle manufacturer.
Wow, when you say it, it does pop up. Very responsive, as you can see. And when I say the keyword, it will pop up, and I can use voice commands. Very good. Again, Google system is very good. So you're going to have a very pleasant time. And again, on the theme of Google, we have the Google Play Store. So this will also, again, everything here requires a data plan to really get the full experience. But the Google Play Store will allow you to download applications for your car. So it's kind of like an Android phone. Applications for your car. Pretty good. You can see I just have to sign into my Google account and I can start downloading the application. So those are the Google features of the vehicle alongside the phone system. Alright, so next up, let's go ahead and talk about the camera system in the Lyriq. And the Lyriq has one of the best camera systems in the industry, a lot of comprehensive angles. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So I'm just going to use the controller here. And pressing down here to access the camera, you can see I'm right now pulled up in the, I'm going to call it the helicopter view, because you can see this is a full-on 360-degree view of the Lyriq. And if I use this controller dial, I can start moving it around. And I just have to access the camera. And you can see here I'm on this 360 page. And now I just have to tap a particular icon, and you can see I have a full view of my Lyriq. It is a comprehensive system that will allow me to fully see what's going on. And you can see this is the side view, and you can see a bunch of different Cadillac vehicles right over there. And there you go. You can see a lot of different Cadillac cars. Super cool system. I really, really like this amazing system in this vehicle. If I tap that icon, this will just give me a bunch of other camera systems, including a top-down view. As you can see, we have the overhead. This is the normal camera view. As you can see, that is the front-end camera view. This overhead view will give me a top-down view of the front of the vehicle, and also side views for looking at blind spots. And this is for the back side. Again, you can see here, this is the back rear of the car, an overhead view of the rear of the car, and side views of the rear of the vehicle. And of course, you have the 360-degree scan. And as you can see, a very comprehensive camera system, really, really helpful, and one of my favorites in the industry. Alright, here's another neat feature of the Lyriq. It has automatic parking assist. So when you want to use your Lyriq to park into a parking spot, you don't have to worry about, say, hitting a slight little dent, because the Lyriq can just park for you. So if I have auto park assist, I can exit a space using the Lyriq, and you can see it really gives me a bunch of options: parallel left, parallel right, perpendicular left, and perpendicular right. And if I could also tap this park icon, and this park icon, as you can see, that'll also allow me to park into a left parallel parking spot, a right parallel parking spot, a perpendicular left parking spot, and a perpendicular right parking spot. And the Lyriq can just do it for me. And say I tap something, that'll actually that'll prompt you to drive past, and then the Lyriq system will tell you when you're ready to back in, and then Lyriq will just do it for you. Again, a super, super cool feature. Very helpful, especially for tight spaces where you're not sure what to do. Very helpful in that scenario. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the rest of the features in this infotainment system. As you can see, there are quite a few more. So let's talk about some of these other settings. And let's start off with this settings icon. This one's actually the most basic of them all. You can see it's pretty simple. It allows you to adjust the different vehicle settings as well as your Google settings down here. For example, for Google Assistant and whatnot. Next up, we have the Wi-Fi hotspot. The Lyriq features a nice Wi-Fi hotspot, so you can connect the Lyriq to whatever the vehicle that to say, not whatever vehicle, my bad. You can connect it to like a smartphone or anything else. You can see I'm going to hit Wi-Fi hotspot. And as you can see, Wi-Fi hotspot will give me the details I need for connecting my phone to the Cadillac Lyriq. And if I tap this home icon, you can see we can also go to vehicle status. And this will give me some information about the vehicle, including the tires, the energy info, etc. And if I tap that, for example, if you can see here's all my tire pressure systems. This is like a typical overview of the vehicle, and I can even like pan around and say tap something, and it will give me some information like energy efficiency. As you can see, tapping that is energy usage, etc. Very nice comprehensive view. And then we have charging statistics. I'll get to that later on into the powertrain section. A couple of other vehicle controls, including child locks, glove box release. You can see if I tap this icon, that will allow me to open this damped and felt-lined glove box. So very nice there. The dome light, you can lock out the power windows, automatic high beams, as well as your parking assist. Here you have this themes function. This will allow you to customize the way this infotainment system looks, which is pretty cool. And you have Google Podcasts, Google News over there. You also have My Cadillac to personalize your Cadillac vehicle to make it your own. And you also have drive modes. I'll get to drive modes in the next clip as well. And this clip, I just want to end with ambient lighting. So you can see here we have this ambient lighting feature, and you can customize your ambient lighting. You can see I can have an accent lighting here. This is a blue one, as you can see, and your glow lighting on the other side. Very cool. And you also can link it to your drive mode or link it to your vehicle's infotainment system theme. So a very comprehensive list of features, and it's quite nice. So let's go ahead and get to those drive modes. All right, let's go and talk about the drive modes in the Lyriq. And as you can see here, I'm just going to go ahead and move over to the drive modes. And when I press down, you can see here we have quite a few different drive modes. So you can see right now, oops. So going here to the left, let me use the touchscreen, that might be helpful. You can see here we're currently in tour mode. This is the typical mode that you would use in daily scenarios. So when you're just driving around, this is the mode you would be in. Tapping sport would take you to the sport mode, and this one is the performance version of the Lyriq, a little bit more performance. Snow ice mode will adapt it so that you can take it over snowy and icy conditions. You also have my mode, which will allow you to customize it. You can see I can hit this edit icon. This will really allow me to fine tune my steering, braking, acceleration, etc. So I can really customize it and personalize it. So my Lyriq is what I want. So I'll just go back to tour mode. And as you can see here, very nice, cool looking graphics as well. Alright, let's go ahead and move on from the infotainment system and talk about everything else in this vehicle, because there is still quite a bit to cover. So let's go ahead and look at these vents down here. You can see currently this is the driver's seat vent. It's actually kind of like a middle vent. And you can see here an interesting thing with the Lyriq is that there's no thing in the middle. Instead, it's off to the side. And as you can see over here, we have this little circle, and you can move that and you can twist it to the side to close or open the vent. And you can use that to move the vent in different areas. And you can see over here on the passenger side too, you have the same thing. You can see you can move that, and that'll move the vent. And there's one on that side as well, and of course one on the driver's side. So that's quite nice. And I see another thing that I really like in here is you have your physical climate controls. Super nice. Typically I don't like climate controls that are in the screen. This vehicle does have some advanced climate controls in the screen, as you can see, but all of your climate controls are also down here, so you don't have to use the screen for the climate controls. Instead, you can just use this. And you can see I can adjust the fan speed. You can see live graphics too. That looks good. See, fan. Really piled it on. Very nice. Heat mode, AC mode. You have automatic climate control, all your different things for where the air should come out, as well as recirculating air and your front and rear defrosters. So everything is available in here. Again, super nice. I'm just going to reduce the fan speed so it's not as loud in here. And again, super nice. You can also see the temperature lights up once your climate control is active. And then moving down, you can see over here, the Lyriq being an electric vehicle means there's no drivetrain over here, so you don't need to block the spot off. And Cadillac has utilized the space to give you a little bit of storage. You can see over here, you have quite a bit of storage actually. You can really put in a lot of stuff in here. And over here, you also have this hidden storage compartment that slides out. As you can see, it gives you a little bit more storage to stick like a phone or wallet or etc. Very nice feature. I like having that in this vehicle. And coming around here, we have the floating center console. You can see over here 2 cup holders, and you can push this down if you have a mug or something that will occupy that spot. And over here you can see Cadillac logo on the nice kind of crystallized selector for the infotainment system. You have your buttons here for the infotainment system, as well as a volume dial. Quite nice too, looks really good. And coming around back here, you have a wireless charger with a USB Type-C port. Pretty cool. And you can open the center console, and you can see that will give me some information. You can see we have a little bit of a booklet here. You have, so we'll open that up. You have a 12-volt outlet, and you also have a USB Type-C port in here as well. And it's also a pretty deep center console with quite a bit of storage. So quite nice in there. Alright, next let's go ahead and move on to the gauge cluster area as well as the steering wheel. And as you can see over here, we have this nice Cadillac steering wheel. Let me move the seat back so you guys can see it a little better. And you can see over here a very nice looking steering wheel. Again, feels super good. Very, very nice steering wheel. It's a new Cadillac steering wheel. They haven't used this in any of their other vehicles, and it is quite nice. Again, nice brand new Cadillac logo. Feels really good to the touch. And over here you have this gauge cluster display, and as you can see over here, it looks pretty nice. You can see I can hit these icons over here. This will actually control various aspects of the vehicle. And this gauge cluster display, it gives me quite a bit of interesting, let me move it up here. You can see quite a bit of nice information here. And this gauge cluster display isn't controlled via the steering wheel like in most other vehicles, but instead it's controlled via this pad. And this pad actually, this touchscreen area actually controls a lot of different functions of the vehicle, including the headlights. So you can see if I tap this icon, that'll allow me to adjust my headlights. I'm in auto mode, which is pretty cool. And you can see here, this gives me a trip odometer and all that. And over there, we have the gauge cluster information. And I'm gonna go ahead and move it a bit to the center so you can actually see what I'm doing with the buttons on the left. And you can see here, currently I'm just a regular gauge cluster screen, but I can tap energy. That'll change it up quite a bit. And now you can see we have this energy display that'll really give me some electrified kind of details about the Lyriq. Tapping map here, this will give me, you guessed it, a full screen map of Google Maps. So right in your field of vision, you have Google Maps ready to go. If I had the data plan, I'd be able to show you a full-on Google Maps view. But again, very, very nice. Assist here, this will give me a kind of assisting kind of guidance as I'm driving down the road. And the clean look is just a minimalistic gauge cluster view. And my favorite obviously is the map view. Very helpful having that, so you just have that in your line of sight. Super cool. And of course, gauge view gives me the analog gauge cluster as well. Alright, so now we're heading into the back seat to see what the back seat is like in the Lyriq. And you can see over here, currently the vehicle is unlocked, and these flush door handles are kind of popped out so that you can use that to get inside. And you can see the door is released, and in here you can see here's the back door. Nice materials throughout, stitching down here as well. Looks really good. Also this beautiful looking wood as well. Feels and looks nice. Here are the seats, by the way. And let's go head inside the Lyriq and shut the door. And in here, there is a very good amount of space. The Lyriq actually on the outside kind of looks more like a raised station wagon, more so than an SUV. And I've got to say, back here, it is spacious back here. A lot of room. You can see this is where I would sit comfortably. In fact, it's a bit farther back than where I would sit comfortably. I'm 5'8", and as you can see here, tons of legroom, like acres. I could really spread across here, and I can comfortably cross my legs too. So a lot of space in the back of this vehicle. You have a map pocket back here, and it's nice and kind of stitched too, which is pretty cool. See, here's how it looks over there. Back here, you do have air vents. You can see, you can adjust those around, and there's nice air, flowing air coming out of those. You have two USB ports down here as well as a little bit of an upper tier storage, which is quite nice. And also up here, you have a full glass roof. It goes across the entire length of the vehicle, full panoramic glass roof, and that looks super cool. You can see back here, quarter window. And over here, you can see nice leather seats, very, very comfortable. And we have this middle armrest here that you can pull down, and that'll give you a couple of cup holders to put your drinks in. And another benefit that the Lyriq has of being electric is that you don't have to worry about the middle seat being cramped, for example. The middle seat is equally comfortable because you can see over here, there's no drivetrain hub. So I can just move over to the middle seat, and you can see in here, I have equal comfort in the middle seat. It's not as comfortable as the outboard seats, of course, but it is still very roomy in here. You can see I have a good amount of space, and I can still kind of straddle like that. Very, very spacious, and you can see looking into the front, super nice look. So the back seat is a very comfortable place to spend time. Alright, so now we're on the outside of the Lyriq, and over here we have The tailgate area, again, it has a very nice looking look. You can see Cadillac logo. You have these kind of horizontal taillights as well as those vertical parts over there. It says Lyriq on the left and 450E on the right. And let's go ahead and open up this tailgate. By the way, here's the backup camera. Let's go ahead and open up this tailgate here. And what you have to do for that, another cool touch before I open up the tailgate. Third brake light is pretty cool. And you can see to open it up, you have to press the Cadillac logo. You can see you hit that, and then the tailgate, power tailgate, of course, automatically opens all the way. And you can see here a good amount of room. You can see quite a bit of room back here, and you can really stick quite a few items in here. And you can see if I hit this, open that part, you can see you have a lot of underfloor storage. Again, electric vehicle, so a lot of storage under here. And see under there you have still a little bit more, but not as much. Still quite a bit down there, so you can really stick some items if you need to. You also have a little bit of storage on the right and left sides of the vehicle. And another nice feature that you have is if I go to the side of the Lyriq and then I open it up, and here you can fold down the rear seat. Some other alternatives won't allow you to do this, but you can see I just have to press that button. And there you go, the rear seat folds down so you can get a little bit more storage. And obviously I can just put it back up, and that's a very nice feature. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about the exterior styling of the Lyriq. And you can see I'm starting to start off with the front end styling, as you can see. And the Lyriq has quite a few different styling elements in the front. And let's go ahead and start off over here. And, ooh, it's really bright, but there you go, that's a better angle. And here you can see this top part is mainly for daytime running lamps, as well as the turn signal. You can see a strip of turn signal that goes across, nice and amber turn signal. And you can see over here full LED headlights with daytime running lamps over there, and obviously that's the same on the other side. And some other cool elements that you can see over here, the Cadillac logo in the front is illuminated, so you can use the Cadillac logo as a little bit of extra illumination in the front, which is pretty cool. And you also have these elements on the side. You can see over there a little bit of lighting over there. You can see some nice looking kind of pattern, and that's another bit of lighting touch, which is really cool. And another cool item is that the radar cruise control, adaptive cruise control systems are all integrated into the front here. You can see you have a camera for a little bit of driver assistance, but the radar, cruise control, and everything else is flushly integrated into the side. And coming around to the side of the Lyriq, you see that you kind of see that it doesn't look like a traditional SUV. I'll take some pictures and I'll overlay it right about now. I'll give you like a couple seconds. And there you go. You can see those are some other Cadillac vehicles that look more like a traditional SUV shape. The Lyriq doesn't have that. Instead, it has kind of a wagon style, raised wagon style styling. And I still think it looks really good. It kind of has an interesting look. I think it looks unique and it looks quite nice. But again, it's just a bit different compared to the regular SUV that you're used to. So coming around back, this part of the Lyriq is also, again, kind of that similar, unique, different styling from the vehicle. And you can see over here, first of all, you have this lighting element that goes very inboard. You can see it goes quite a bit, and it kind of goes all the way to the center of the wheel, which is very far inboard. And you can see this is where the turn signal is. You can see kind of lights up on the side, and this is actually a cool feature. It helps drivers in that rear third quarter view that kind of have an obstructed view of the turn signal. They have a much clearer view of the turn signal now. And you can see coming around the back, the Lyriq has more turn signal lighting elements. You can see over there from the side, and also over here you can see the turn signal over there, as well as turn signal down here as well, and this will combine for the brake light. And you can see over here with these hazard lights on, the Lyriq has a very, very bright rear lighting. Super cool looking. Alright, so before I get to the powertrain, let's talk about this charge port door. So it's very simple to open it. Again, there's kind of like that Cadillac theme. Like you hit the Cadillac button to open the tailgate, you just hit the Cadillac button to open the charge port door. And you can see it'll electronically open, and now you have your typical plug. You can see also have the extension that you can remove. And you can see when you remove the extension, you have the extended part for DC fast charging. And you also have at-home charging here. And again, some very nice features. It's also quite nice having the electrically operated charging door. You can also hit this button again, and that'll close up the door to make that flush look again. Alright, and let's go ahead and move on to the window sticker in the Lyriq. And I apologize for the glare. You can see over here, unfortunately, my reflection across the window. But you can see over here, this being an electric vehicle, it gives you the MPGe rating. You can see 88 MPGe. It's far better than any gas vehicle that you could find on the market today. And you can see here, this is a Sport Edition. You can see Lyriq Sport 1. And coming around here, this particular model is equipped with a price of $63,000 and how much? 800 is it? Yeah, it is $62,815. And I've got to say, with some of the competitors to the Lyriq on the market, like say the BMW iX or the Mercedes EQE costing $20,000 more than this vehicle. With this vehicle fully loaded compared to those vehicles, base models, this is a good deal. I've got to say, it has everything that those vehicles have at a far, far lower price, and it's a very, very nice deal. And this is in fact one of the top level trim models of the Lyriq, and it has all those features that I was talking about, and those other competitors cost quite a bit more. So a good deal that you're getting with the Lyriq. Alright, and then let's go and talk about what's under the hood here. You can see under here you have a bunch of electrical components. The Cadillac has stuck in electrical components in here, and you can also open this hood up to add windshield washer fluid. So that's mainly what's under here, is all that. So in case you're curious, that's what it's like under here. And these are the seats of the Lyriq. You can see they feel really, really comfortable. Leather seats, as you can see, nice and perforated as well. Stitching, as you can see over there. And these are the headrests. And you also have some blue accents over here. You can see a blue accent coming down the middle of the seat. Looks super, super good. Here's the passenger seat, by the way. And another thing I want to mention is the ambient lighting. It's a bit darker now, so I can actually show you the ambient lighting. And there's a difference between glow lighting and accent lighting. So you can see down here, there's an example of accent lighting, and that looks super nice. And up here, you have some glow lighting surrounding the infotainment system controller. So again, a couple of cool features in the Lyriq. The interior feels, looks luxurious, and there's the ambient lighting, and that's a bit darker. Alright, and then to end the video, I always end with the powertrain. And in this vehicle, obviously, I can't really show you a powertrain because it's electric. So instead, I'm just going to have a discussion of range in this vehicle. And like I mentioned, this vehicle has 88 mpge, and this car has 307 miles of EPA estimated range, which is very, very impressive. Again, some of the competitors like the BMW iX and the Mercedes EQE SUV offer less than that, and this car is $20,000 cheaper again. So it is very well equipped. 307 miles of range with 88 mpge is very impressive with this much space, luxury inside, technology. I have been thoroughly impressed with the vehicle. And in here you have a couple of other settings. You can see here tap charging, and that'll take you to some charging settings here. You can see charge now. This will allow you to charge it up to 80%. You can also tap charge later, and that will give you allow you to like set a time so that the Lyriq will just automatically charge at that point. You can also connect it to your My Cadillac account, which will allow you to find nearby charge stations, and also just start directly from the app. You can just plug it in and it'll just charge, so you don't have to go down there to deal with the scheduling and all that. You can use your app as well. And also tap this icon to create a charging schedule so that you can charge at off-peak times, so you save even more money. And then you have the settings icon for some other charging related settings. So that's this page that I wanted to show at the end and combine it with the powertrain. Again, a couple of statistics: 307 miles of range and a 88 mpge rating. And so there you have it. That's the 2023 Cadillac Lyriq. This vehicle is amazing. It's got to be one of the best electric vehicles on the market. It is truly, truly luxurious in here, and it's got some of the best technology features of any vehicle on the market, electric or not. The Lyriq is a truly fabulous vehicle, and I highly consider it if you're in the market for an electric vehicle.